Hey guys, Old Bess here. So welcome to our gold making Q&A. So I just wanted to answer some of your guys' questions that you guys had. So the most commonly asked question, I had a bunch of you guys ask this, was what is the best way of making raw vendored gold? So I actually made a video about this a little while back. I'll have a link, annotation if you wanted to click on it. But I just want to address this. So these are the ways that I found that I personally use to make raw vendored gold. Alright, so first off, let's talk about Pandaria. So in Pandaria, I frequently go to Stravez, and I'll have the location here on the map for you guys. And so basically what you do is you kill these bug warrior guys. You get a lot of just raw gold. What you do is you use a potion of luck. And what's nice with these Pandaria farms is that the windwool cloth and the exotic leather, I have flip guides for those, so you can actually convert those into raw gold. And these guys just drop a ton of cloth, just an insane amount. And so you want to have tailoring for this. Balanced druids would be the best for farming this location. There's just tons of mobs. To be honest, it's one of my favorite farms. So another one would be the Vale. So again, I'll have a location here on the map for you guys. This one you just get a ton of gold. You get, these guys drop keys, which you can go open up these chests that contain just raw gold, as well as other crafting materials. Again, this is a Pandaria one, so you can use the exotic leather and the windwool cloth. You can flip those to make more gold. So for me personally, just like raw vendored gold with the greens and the other items you get, for me it's about 3,000 at least an hour. Obviously that's going to vary depending on what class you are, your maybe skill as a player. But for me, I get about 3,000 raw gold, plus I also get a bunch of other materials I can throw in the auction house. So for me, it's one of my favorite places to farm raw gold. Another one you can do is the Firelands trash. So what you do is you just go to Firelands raid, just kill all of the trash in the raid and don't kill any of the bosses, and then just go out and reset it and go back in. So just be careful, because once you kill quite a bit of the trash, when the bosses will spawn and he patrols, so kind of be careful there. But it's another great one. For that one you want to have a potion of treasure finding with you, and you're going to get a lot of crafting materials as well. So that's another one I'd recommend. One of the best is the Cataclysm raids. So I made a gold binge video about this one a while back and found that you get about 8,000 vendored gold once a week from doing this per character. So that is a lot of money. With travel time, I guess it depends on your item level too. You're probably looking at an hour and a half to 2 hours for completing all these. Another one that I've really fallen in love with doing this one. It's just a lot of fun. Personally, I like it. Is the Savage Satchel of Cooperation. And so I just made a gold binge video about that one as well. So those contain between 500 to 600 gold. And then you get a bunch of augment runes. You get gear tokens, which you can either vendor or disenchant. You also have a chance in Medallion of the Legion. And you also get gold bonuses for completing the dungeon. So every time you complete a dungeon, it's like 60 gold plus you get the bonus. So for the first day win or first day completion, you get like 120, and then after that all together, and then after that it'd be about 90 gold. So plus all the gold that you get from the bosses and stuff. So it's a really good way. Also, I did want to mention that with the Savage Satchels of Cooperation, I didn't mention in my gold binge video, another way you can get those is you can actually do looking for raid. Just do the ones that have only one boss, so just the last boss in each raid. Because that way they go really quickly, and oftentimes they're looking for a healer or a tank. So that's another way you can get those as well. Alright guys, so I also wanted to just talk about the Garrison real quick. So a Garrison is another really, really powerful way of making raw gold. So a lot of people will have multiple characters doing this. I've been fairly lazy with it. My main character is set. I have a few alts that are decently well set in their garrisons. But so anyways, what you want to do is I'd recommend a level 3 inn, a level 3 barracks, a level 3 trading post, a level 3 salvage yard, and also a jewel crafting building. And so what you want to do is you want to have your followers, you want to have the treasure hunter trait, and also you want the scavenger trait for the garrison resources. And then what you're going to do is the level 3 inn is just going to unlock more gold missions for your garrison. And so you'll just be sending out your followers, just hop on every day, send them out on missions. You're going to be getting the crates of salvage, which you can open your salvage yard and make a bunch of raw gold from opening those and vendoring all those as well. And then also your jewel crafting building. If you put a follower in that, you get a daily where you can trade in some ore and get between 150 to 300 gold, roughly. And sometimes you have to craft an item, but that's another way of making some gold. And also with your garrison resources, if you have a trading post, you can go turn that in for crafting materials. That's often the best thing to do. Or you can trade it in for a little sack of coins for 50 garrison resources. So you can make a lot of money. It's really insane, to be honest, your garrison. So I take advantage of this. There's still plenty of time to do this. We still have months before Legion comes out. So it's not too late if you want to set up your garrison. So that's what I'd recommend. Alright guys, so that addresses the main question. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a bunch of your other questions you have for me. So this video might be a little long, but I'm going to try to address as many questions as I can. And I'm going to do this with an unedited format, so if I screw up in the middle of it, I apologize, but I'm going to try to be specific and straight to the point with these. Alright, so first question from Will Webster. Hi Old Bess, given there are only a few months to Legion, now what's your current garrison setup for alts, and how/when do you plan on changing it if/when Legion nerfs follower missions? Alright, so to be honest, I've been a little lazy with getting my alts garrisons up. I know there's a lot of players out there that have 11 alts or 10 alts, and they all have just maxed out for the best method of doing this. From what it sounds like, Blizzard is going to be nerfing the Garrison Gold missions, but I still think we have months before Legion comes out. So if you haven't got your garrison set up yet, you still have time and you'll still make money doing it. So I'd recommend doing it. And one thing I'd recommend doing is you can get the Frozen Arms of a Hero, and that's going to upgrade your garrison followers by 50 item levels. So that's really powerful. You do have to spend some gold, but oftentimes it's worth doing that. So I have about 2 alts with decent garrison setup, but to be honest, I mainly just do it my main character. Alright, next question from Mick. Hey old Bess, I need some advice to sell a pet. I recently got the Ore Eater pet, which is about 0.3% drop chance from mining, and upgraded it to level 25. How much should I sell it for, and when should I sell it? For some reason, the pet goes for 1k on my server when it is level, I think he meant level 1. So, with this, what I often do is I go to theunderminejournal.com and then just find your server and then just type in the Ore Eater. And just kind of look at the graphs there, look at the average price. It'll kind of give you a range of what you would want to try to sell this for. So if something isn't selling very well, I often will just wait and just try checking later. All right, next question. As Dirt Napper. Let me scroll down here. All right, dude, these are sick. I do know any guides for a level 20 or something, because I don't have the real game. I'm just on my 20 characters, but I don't know what to do. Keep up the good work, though. Yeah, so if you're just doing the trial, there's a really low gold cap limit, unfortunately. The best ways I'd say for getting gold when you're a low level like that would probably be mining, herbalism, and skinning. Probably the best one would probably be mining, because copper and tin, they still sell pretty well. So that's what I recommend farming if you're low level. All right, next question. Noah Smith. Can we have a fan meetup? Like everyone get together outside Stormwind or wherever. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. I think that would be a cool idea. I mentioned on comment that it'd be cool to get like level 1s together and like go to some kind of high level area and try to kill something, or maybe just get together. So yeah, that'd be cool. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free. All right, next question. All right, so sweet. I'm using Cross Realm Assist, but this looks much nicer. I'm going to give it a shot. Can you do more crafting vendor flip videos? I'm still using the exotic leather one, and it's nice because it's guaranteed and there's no real competition as long as you find the mats cheap. So that is something I've been working on. There is one thing in particular I've considered. The problem is I haven't found any that I felt super... What's nice with the ones that I have right now, the flip guides, is that people are just pouring those items into the auction house. And some of the other ones I found, there just aren't as many items available in the auction house, so I don't know how effective it's going to be. The Pandaria mats are just amazing because people just farm that content so frequently that those items are always in the auction house. But yeah, once I find something else, I'll be sure to make a video. All right, so next question, Ken. My question is, what gold making investments can we do now to prepare for Legion? Things like maybe investing in hexweave bags for the huge influx of demon hunters at launch is one I have heard quite often. It doesn't even have to be an item investment, just any tips on what we can do now to make money in Legion. All right, so I made a video about this one as well. I can have a link to this one. So in that video, I just mentioned some of the things. They're going to be removing the gold missions from the garrison, so I just had an idea, like the Coldfist Gronling, some of the pets, and then also like hexweave bags. So yeah, so some of those items, I think bags would be good. Coldfist Gronling probably will go up in price. Some of the pets, I'm not sure. They'll probably go up in price a little bit, but you won't make a lot of money from those. So just, I guess, to answer your question, just try to look for content that people won't really use anymore. So the garrison, for instance, I don't think we're going to be visiting very much. So just items that you get from your garrison, they'll probably go up in price. Another one would be the Void Satchel would be another one that I'd recommend starting to stockpile. So, all right, next question. Terry, I've been making all my gold this expansion by crafting hexweave bags. It's been working nicely for me. But is there any better crafting method other than this that I can take advantage of? I've been selling one a day for a long time now, and they are selling for 800 gold compared to over 1k a month or so ago. All right, so let me answer this question also. This kind of addresses the previous question. Another thing you can do, you can start stockpiling, is right now the sorcerers of Earth, they're really cheap, and you need those to make the bags, and bags always sell. So that's something you can stockpile as well, because those will probably go up in price significantly. So, but yeah, you can start stockpiling the bags. So as for what else you could make, I know a lot of people have a lot of success making the craftable gear and upgrading it. So what you would do is you'd make the gear and then just make the items to upgrade it and then just sell it. Most of the time people will do like stage 4 out of 6 and then sell it, and oftentimes you can make the most amount of money doing something like that. So that's what I've heard. You can check your server and kind of experiment with that. All right, so Samuel asked, did they nerf Battered Hilt? I can't get it to drop anymore. Any luck on your end? No, it hasn't been nerfed. So yeah, so this is a Wrath of the Lich King dungeon that you can run. It has a really low drop rate, so I guess don't get discouraged that way. It often takes multiple runs before you see it to drop. So yeah, it's just one of those RNG farms, but it can be pretty good. You just have to be patient with it, though. All right, next question. I'll just call you Friends. Okay, Friends. For your Q&A, what do you think is better for gold making? A high population server or a mid population server, or maybe even a low population server? What are the advantages of each realm? I personally love gold making, and now before Legion hits, I want to change the server to the best one possible. All right, so in my opinion, the best server to be on would be a medium population server. And I'll explain my reasoning. So with a high population server, the problem is there's there's a ton of items in the auction house, and it plummets the price. So everything's going to go for really, really cheap. You're going to be able to, on the positive end, you're going to be able to sell stuff faster typically, but you won't make as much money. On the other end, the low population server, things are going to be really expensive, but you're never going to sell anything because it takes forever. That's why I server transferred, because the last couple of months, there just haven't been very many people on my server, and I noticed that my auctions are taking forever to sell. Like, just stuff is not moving really slowly. So the ideal is a medium population server where there's some competition, prices are, average, and things sell. So that's what I'd recommend. All right, next one. All right, hey old Bess, thanks for another great video. I've though really always been wondering where you got your transmog at. Would be nice if you could just tell me like which raids or something like that. And yes, I am lazy. Okay, so I get that question a lot. So my transmog is all basically from Cataclysm. So most of the set is from Dragon Soul. You run it on normal, and then it's mixed with a set, the PvP set. So, and then I got my cape from the Throne of the Four Winds, which is another Cataclysm raid. And then my sword is actually from Hellfire Citadel, and my shield I just got in the auction house. So that's basically all my gear, though, is from Cataclysm content. So hopefully that helps you. All right, Jason. Hey, old Bess, I'm new to gold making, but I have some farmed items in the auction house. Do you have any recommendations for add-ons that help with figuring out pricing for auctions? Thanks. Yes. So if you're starting out, I just go download Auctionator. If you want something more advanced, get Trade Skill Master. If you're just looking for something kind of basic to let you know what to price the items at, you can download the Undermine Journal add-on. And that one's just whenever you hover over an item, it's going to let you know what the price is, the average price that sells for. So I'll have an annotation here, and it goes in more detail on that if you want to know more information about that add-on. Alrighty, so next question. Alright, question for Q&A. I'm looking for a character for gold farming. I currently have a hunter at 100 and a death knight. Neither one is really end game geared. Just what you can get with Garrison's Quest Elect. I see that you primarily run a paladin. What character would you recommend as a gold farming character that can get the most done? Do you you utilize other characters? What professions do you recommend on a gold farming character? Thank you for your videos. Alrighty, so this is another really commonly asked question. So right now in Warlords of Draenor, the best character, the best gold farmer would be a balanced druid. And you want to get the minor glyph, the glyph of the untamed stars for your starfall. Druids are just insane. You have such powerful AoE abilities. You can instantly change into flight form and take off. You don't have to wait for a cast bar. They're just very, very powerful. So they're the best if you're looking for gold farming. That might change. It looks like it might change for a Legion, but right now that's the best. Also, for what professions are best, always get tailoring and enchanting if you're going to be farming mobs. Because tailoring, you're going to get about twice as much cloth drops. And then enchanting, oftentimes for the greens from the Cataclysm and Wrath of the Lich King, disenchanting those, you get a lot more money. Don't disenchant the stuff from Mist of Pandaria, though, because it's better just to vendor that. So hope that helps. All right, next question. Alter Scene. Would you ever do a dultage, so to speak, with a fresh or small YouTuber to gain them publicity or to show off their content to your subscribers like you did for Steve, or was that a one-time thing? As for the video... Okay, so then I just talked about that. All right. So yeah, this is another question I get quite often. So when it comes to collabs or kind of doing a shout out for other YouTubers, personally, I just look at whoever's channel I'm looking at, and if I feel like their channel offers unique content and it's helpful, then I'm more than willing to do that. So yeah, I did do it for student as well. Yeah, so if I feel like the person's content is unique and helpful to people, then I for sure will do that. So hope that helps. All right. Means Alley. Is there an add-on that shows me the rare spawns that you killed to get items that sell for gold? Yeah, I use Handy Notes and Handy Notes Draenor Treasures. That's going to put little icons on your mini-map showing you where the rares are located. And also the treasures, which is really nice. Alright, next question. Lex Bro, how do you get yourself in a farming mindset? When I decide to farm something, I just give it up 10 minutes later. So it's kind of funny because I sometimes feel like I'm pretty lazy, but I'm not really hardcore as much as I used to be. Sometimes I'll farm for long periods of time, and not very often though, to be honest. But oftentimes I farm, when I farm for an hour, it's normally to make a video. But I like variety. That's what I love about World of Warcraft. It's been around for such a long time, and there's so many different ways you can make gold that I often will, even if you watch my stream, you'll notice I just hop from one place to the next just because it's fun that way. Otherwise, it's not very fun just grinding the same spot for hours. So what I would do is just try to learn a lot of different farming spots and then just switch it up. All right. Next question. Are you a clicker? Sometimes. I kind of do a bit of both. I have key bindings. Sometimes I'll still click on spells, though. So, yes, I am a noob. All right, next question. How do you get started in gold farming? Like, what should we do garrison-wise, and what are the best steady gold farming spots right now? So I kind of addressed that question with my raw gold. But how did I start? I played some other MMOs, and I used to do similar things. I used to like to farm gold and try to be rich in the game, especially I played Runes of Magic and also Rift for multiple years, and that's kind of how I got started into it. All right, next question. How about some stories from your gold farming journeys? Experienced word glitches? Someone out to gank you? Incredible luck or really bad luck at certain times? Maybe talk about your thoughts on the coming expansion, artifacts, mounts, zones, and such. All right, so I haven't really experienced any weird glitches, that, to be honest. I haven't really had, not to inflate my ego or anything, but to be honest, if someone attacks me in a PvP area, I normally annihilate them with my paladin. But my paladin is just has so many. Or I guess in my recent video, I had a little duel with a priest, and we couldn't kill each other. So I normally don't really get killed in PvP areas typically. But let's see. And then with the luck thing, I don't really like RNG farms too much. I think a lot of the new players on my channel probably get that feeling that that's kind of what I do, which is unfortunate because all of my videos when I first started are all just steady gold farms. I've actually thought about maybe redoing some of my old videos just to make people aware of them. But yeah, if you're ever wondering about steady gold farms, I just recommend going to either my gold bench videos or just my gold per hour videos, and you'll find a lot of those ones in there. So talk about my thoughts on the coming expansion. So I think I'm feeling pretty good about the next expansion. I'm liking I'm in the alpha right now, and I'm liking what I see so far. I'll also mention something I thought was really encouraging is they just released some information that with the the Warcraft movie. The Warcraft movie, if you purchase a ticket, they're going to give you basically the game for free. So you're going to get World of Warcraft up until Warlords of Draenor and 30 days of game time with the purchase of a movie ticket. And that is going to be insane. Like, it sounds like that's what the plan is. If that's what happens, it's just going to be insane. It's going to bring a lot of players back in the game. Hopefully the movie does okay. Also... hopefully the game does okay. I think we're probably going to have a hard set release date for sure by then. Once the movie comes out, I think we're going to know when the game is released. It probably will be hopefully around that same time. So I'm kind of expecting probably real late June, probably early July of when the game will come out. But Legion, we'll see. That's my guess. But I think to be honest, I think there is a lot of hope for the game in the coming months. Right now we're kind of in a crappy stage, but I think it's gonna improve greatly. So that's my own opinion though. All right, next question. Mr. Best, are there any gold farming spots that you're aware of but are just not worth it, like players are too weak? So stuff that could be profitable with sick Hellfire Settle gear or even only next expansion. All right, so with this one, the first thing that comes to mind is I know a lot of players will farm some of the old, well, they'll just farm some of the trash, not the old. They'll farm some of the trash in the current raids to get some of the bind on equip pieces of gear to sell. So if you're really well geared, if you have mythic gear, you could go to either mythic difficulty or heroic in Hellfire Citadel and farm some of the trash in hopes of getting some of these bind on equip pieces to drop, or some of the other raids as well. So I know that's a pretty good way of people making money. I guess another one would be the Garn Knight Howl. It still seems like that one, like if you were to tank him, it still seems like you can't quite solo him yet, but you'd be able to kill him really, really fast if you have really good gear. So, and then also what I want to mention with the Mists of Pandaria raids, you can do those, but I'm not quite sure if they're really worth the time because the mobs have so much health. But once we get Legion, I think the Mists of Pandaria raids are going to be really good. All right, next question. Grayson. Hey, old Best, what is the best cloth to farm? All right, so the best cloth would be Ember Silk cloth and Wind Wool. You can also farm, technically we don't have cloth in Warlords, we have fur. It still sells decently, but yeah, Wind Wool and Ember Silk are the best to farm. So, all right, can you tell me what is a good farming spot for a level 90 character where you can farm XP a little too? So again, that would go back to my gold binge, or my gold, my raw gold question. And I'd recommend the Vale and also Stravez. That would be the best place in my opinion. That's what I would do. All right, next question, Vader. All right, so this is a little long question. Let me just go down. Okay. Any tips on farming gold without much effort? It doesn't have to be like go there, sit for 6 straight hours to get insane gold. More like, yeah, you've got half hour so you can get 2 to 3K there. No pets. They'll never sell. Okay. So let's answer that first one. Yeah, again, some of the raw gold spots are really good that I mentioned. That's kind of what I'd recommend. All right, so for second possible question, how to make gold with blacksmithing since weapons dropped from 3K to 600K now. Is it worth it to get them to 705? Is it better to sell armor pieces, raw upgrading parts? Yeah, again, I probably would just maybe put them like stage 4 or something and try to sell them. For blacksmithing, I haven't really heard of any good ones. There used to be some good flips you could do when the ore was really, really cheap, but it's not worth it anymore because it's gone up in price. So unfortunately, I don't know any for blacksmithing currently, but I'll let you know if I do. All right, next question. Does this work for oceanic servers? Yeah, so unfortunately, the server hopping add-ons, they don't work very well for oceanic servers, so I'm sorry. Most of the time, there's not very many servers to hop to, so. All right, David. Hey, old Bess, I just started again last week after watching some of your guys. I've been trying to farm out gold for a WoW token for game time, but I'm on a low-medium population server. What item level do you recommend on a druid and hunter for raw gold farms such as cattle raids and such? So you can do it at a lot lower item level, but I would recommend item level 700. You can just get your gear from Gazak, also from Tanan Jungle, And then, yeah, that's what I'd recommend. Other people are fine, fine with doing it lower item level. You can also get PvP gear. Just honor gear is 700. So, yeah, 700 should be just fine. You'll not have any issues. All right, next question. Will Legion bring gold inflation or deflation? Wise old bless. All right, so will it bring inflation or deflation? I guess, we don't know for sure, but if they remove the gold missions from garrisons, which sounds like they're going to be, they've also introduced some gold sinks like the heirloom gear. That's a kind of a gold sink. If they introduce more gold sinks into Legion, it could help the gold situation a little bit. But I think the removal of the garrison is gonna really hurt gold making for a lot of people. So hopefully it'll kind of be a deflation. We'll see. All right, Victor, do we have to be on the same server or same realm for the giveaway? And I was wondering how you do your gold for the garrisons, and is the gold alchemy flip still viable? Yeah, so what I'm going to have you guys do on the giveaway is I'm going to be giving away some mounts, actually. And what I'm going to do is just basically have you guys create a death knight on my server, and then I can send you the mount. So that's what I'm going to do. Or if you just want to sell the mount, I can just give it to you on a level 1. You can throw it in the auction house. So, as for the alchemy flip, yes, it still works great. Just as long as you can find the alchemical catalysts for like 4 gold or less. So, and then I kind of addressed the garrison already. All right, let's see. Next question. When selling items on auction, is it better to hold onto items if you see already several listed on auction, or just continue to underbid? I never flood the problem with flooding the auction house with mass items is you're just going to continue, like you said, continue to underbid, and it's just not, you're going to start pricing them at lower than they're really worth. So what I always do, like for example, like Ember Silk bags, items like that, I'll just post like 3 or 4 of them, and then I'll just wait till those sell, and then I'll post the rest. Or like with a pet, I'll just post 1 at a time. So that's what I personally do. All right. Also on that, this is something else you can do that people may or may not agree with. I don't know. Sometimes it works, but another thing you can do is if, like, let's say you had 2 pets, there's none on the auction house, you can send one to an alt, have the alt post it for an insanely high price, and then you can have your current character post it at maybe a normal price. And so when people go to see the price of the pet, they're like, oh, that's priced fairly, and they'll buy it. So that's something else you can do too, a little trick. All right, what is your favorite way to farm gold? Dungeon/raid to farm in. I really like doing the satchels. The satchels are really fun, the Savage Satchels Cooperation, so doing the heroic dungeons. I really enjoyed the Gar Night Howl farm. I haven't done that one for a while. And then, to be honest, like my favorite just grinding spot is actually Stravez. That's my favorite one. It's been around for ages. A lot of people know about it, but there's competition there sometimes, but it's my favorite. I really like the Isle of Giants, but it's been really, really busy recently. I feel like of all of my videos that I've released, the boat farm is like the main, like really the one that I feel is in some ways has been ruined. Because I guess people farm the rare already for the gear tokens and whatnot, but the boat is just really hard to farm there now. But I used to like the Isle of Giants, but that one's been kind of busy, so I mainly do Stravez. So. And I like running the Cataclysm raids. I mainly do Blackwing Descent and the Bastion of Twilight are my favorites. Question A, do you ever get boated when farming for hours? If so, then what do you do to speed it up? So yeah, if I do have a grinding session, what I'll do is I'll either hop on stream and kind of, that entertains me, just your guys' questions or comments. Another thing I do is I have 2 monitors set up, so I'll just put on Netflix or watch a TV show or a movie, and that just makes it fun because that way you're doing 2 things at the same time. You're watching, a good show, and you're also making gold. So that's what I do. Hey, old Bess, I have some questions for you. First, how are you selling rare drop pets? By auction or chat? Because I like to do this kind of farming where you put a lot of your time in, big profits, but when something drops, I can't sell it for months. Yeah, I know I know that it's maybe a server problem, but is there a cool way of farming on servers like mine? P.S. The only farm is Medallions, Garrison, Fellblight, your last gold binge video, and the one place in Pandaria. Any cool tips for me? It'd be really helpful, and of course, thank you for all your guides. To be honest, I personally have never sold a pet by using it in trade chat. I've never done that. I always sell them on the auction house, and you're right, sometimes some of these pets, certain ones in particular, they take forever to sell. Other ones move a little faster. I've had more luck with the ones that drop in raids. For me, they normally sell faster than other ones. But yeah, if you want something steady, I just check out my hourly videos. I have some, especially some of my older videos. I have a lot of steady gold farms if you want to do non-pet ones. So, all right, hey old Best, what recording software do I use? So I get this question quite a bit actually. All right, so to record my videos, I started off using Fraps. It is a little brutal on your computer, and to be honest, it's still what I normally use. You can also use Shadowplay, and that one just comes free with the NVIDIA graphics card. I also have used XSplit as well, and you can also use OBS. That one's free. But yeah, I mainly use Fraps, and then to edit my videos, I use Sony Vegas Movie Studio 11. So that one's like $20 or $30. They have the newer versions are like $700 or $800. So I just get the older versions because they're not that much different and they're really cheap. So I hope that helps. All right, from Tanner. Hey old Best, new subscriber, love the videos. Watched quite a few of them. Are there gold making methods you keep to yourself so you don't get overused by the community when you find one? Yeah, I think that's something that people kind of wonder. To be honest, when I find a new spot that I find is helpful, I get really excited to. But basically, I want to make a video before someone else makes a video about it. So I get really excited about sharing it with you guys and want to make a video before anybody else gets it out there. And so that's the first thing I do is I'll go test it out for an hour and then I post the results and make a video. So that's what I do. So I actually don't hold off. There are some spots I'm aware of that I have, in my brain, but the thing is I feel like they're not useful to share with you guys because it's not going to make for example, like there's like a rare that drops a pet, in the world. Like for example, there's one I thought about making a video. It's called the Aqua Strider pet, drops in Pandaria. Now I got it out there for you guys, but I don't know how useful that's going to be because the pet sells for about 1,000 gold, but if there's a couple hundred or even a dozen people just camping that person, it's not really going to be that good gold wise. So I try to keep you guys in mind. Just what spots, if I share with a community of people that go try it, will not be overcrowded and not work. So I try to keep that in mind. That's why I often like raids or dungeons and stuff like that where there's no competition. You don't have to compete for mobs. So it's nice. Or if the area is really large or if the mobs respawn really quickly. So I try to keep that in mind. But no, to be honest, all the best places I want to share because those are the ones that you guys are going to be interested in. So that's that one. All right, next question. Hello, are there any add-ons that are helpful with gold making? Yeah, for sure. Made quite a few videos. I'd use Server Hop, Master Plan, Garrison Mission Manager, Handy Notes, Trade Skill Master, the Undermine Journal. What else? Auctionator, Satchel Scanner. Yeah, those are the ones coming to my mind. So, alright. Tree Frog, he's been around for a long time. Is it just me, or do items not sell as fast or for as much as they used to? Like, half of WoW players have quit. The economy crumbles. Yeah, I would agree. I've noticed this. That's why I transferred servers. My server was one of the lowest in US, population-wise. I have noticed the last couple of months it's been taking a little bit longer to sell auctions. Now that I've moved to a different server, it seems like it's normal again, but for those that are on low population servers, you're going to notice that it's just taking longer to sell. So it might be that way for a few months. Hopefully, I'm sure there's going to be a surge of players that come back. So, all right, next question. Question regarding pet farming. Would you sell the pets on low population servers to get more gold at the expense of time, or sell on high population servers for quicker small profits? So my personality, I'm not maybe the smartest with this. How I do it is I like to put the item on the auction house. I often will undercut other people, and I just like to get it sold as fast as possible because I don't like to have to worry about it. So sometimes I'll take losses on items just because I just, in my mind, it's just nice knowing, okay, that's done. Don't have to worry about the item anymore and kind of move on to farming something else. So that's what I do. Yeah, so low population servers, like I said, it's probably going to take longer to sell the pets on the low population servers. You're going to make more gold, but so yeah, it just depends on what you want to do with that one. So, alrighty, guys. So those are the questions I'm going to go over today. I really appreciate all your guys's your questions. Thank you guys so much. Also, thank you to those supporting me on Patreon. I really appreciate it, guys. I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So anyways, guys, I'm going to, I think probably the next video we'll have, I'm going to be doing the mount giveaway here. We're going to give away 4 mounts. So I'm going to have 1 for EU and 3 for US. So I'm going to include the EU people. I have activated my European account again as well. So, so I wanted to at least give 1 mount away. So anyways, guys, we're going to do kind of a celebration because we're going to have the 1-year anniversary of my channel is going to be on the 20th. So that's when I'm going to do the video a little before that. And then what we're going to do is we'll do the 1-year anniversary and the results, the winners on the 20th of the month. So anyways, guys, I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys want me to do something like this again, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, appreciate it, guys. We'll see you guys again soon.